What is up, YouTube? We got a Shao Kahn guide here. How to dominate with this character. Shao Kahn's playstyle changes pretty dramatically based on which cameo you end up playing with. You know, with a character like Serena, I feel like it gives him a really good zoning option, and it gives him some crazy combo confirms mid-screen. A cameo like Motaro is gonna be giving him, you know, stuff like forward 2 combo confirms. He gets a teleport. This guy can reflect projectiles. It's pretty juicy, the Motaro, I'm not gonna lie. A character like Cyrax gives him true block strings and can just chip out opponents all day. And then a cameo like Goro is just gonna give him a ridiculous amount of plus frames to just let him do whatever he wants. The cameo options for Shao Kahn are pretty extensive, so definitely try them out, see which one feels right for you. In this video, we're going to be talking about a couple of the options, but we don't go over all of them. But we mainly focus on General Shao's base kit. Let's get into this. All right, let's get things started with the Shao Kahn guide. First off, I feel Shao Kahn is a very grounded character, so, you know, you may think his jumping is really juicy, the giant axe swing that he does, but honestly, it is incredibly slow. I think you want to avoid staying, being in the air with Shao Kahn, and you just want to dominate the ground with some of his normals and some of his range. I mean, definitely go with the jump too if you see the opponent is going to be throwing a projectile. But that's honestly about it. Sometimes you can catch the opponent slipping with a random jump in if you like got the distancing perfect with a jump in too. And then also air trades, definitely try to trade with jump 1. And then getting into Shao's buttons, you definitely want to be playing the patient game with Shao Kahn, because once you open somebody up, that's when the party starts. I definitely think his best normals are standing 2. You know, he lunges this axe forward. It is a high, so you got to be careful. Sometimes when you're playing neutral, you don't want to overcommit to the full string standing 2-2-2. Because not only does this string have a gap in it, but the second hit does take a little bit of time to recover. And then just throwing out the full string, you're basically asking for a whiff punish. What I like to do in the neutrals, I just like to throw out the standing 2, you know, maybe throw out some pokes sometimes, some down 3s, some down 4s, and just really like see where your opponent is gonna go for and try to look for that opening. And like I was saying, once you finally get that opening with Shao Kahn, it becomes a party house, because, you know, once he puts the axe down, he gets a lot of mix. So stagger is definitely standing 2, forward 1, forward 1, 2. Back 3 is juicy. It leads into a safe overhead. You could also go with 1-2, which is -3. And then for stand switching his axe to no axe, I believe the routes that don't allow the opponent to poke back are going to be 1-2 into down forward 4. If they do trade with you, they are trading with the axe, and it's going to be doing a lot of damage. And then you can also do forward 1, 2-2 into down forward 4 to put the axe down. Now keep in mind there are gaps putting the axe down. Like there's a gap for them to armor, and they can probably up block punish you. I'm not too sure, but for the most part they are not going to be poking out of that. That's when cameo comes into place. You know, you can get a cameo that can kind of cover that gap, maybe a cameo with an ambush, something like Cyrax or Kano. You can get one of those cameos to kind of cover those gaps. I'll be showcasing that a little later into the video. But for the most part, that's kind of what you want to go for regarding Shao Kahn's like normal basics and all that stuff. Oh, and I almost forgot. He also has back 1-2, which leads into another safe overhead. And it's a pretty juicy mid, I'm not going to lie. This is something you want to go for on knockdown to meaty opponents. Because one thing about Shao Kahn is when you have an opponent on knockdown and they try to wake up with a poke. Let me show you an example. So what happens a lot after you finish a combo with Shao Kahn, I'm sure a lot of you have experienced this, but like, you know, you'll do a combo and then you'll try to meaty your opponent. Maybe something like this. You'll try to fire go with like 2-2, and then the opponent just down 1s you, right? I think this is one of Shao Kahn's biggest issues. Like, look, there's a lot of buttons where you can just down 1. Let me just do a combo here, knock him down, right? Now standing 1 and he knocked out. And they're going to do this a lot against you because they know Shao Kahn doesn't have the greatest mids. So then what you could do to cover his meaties is you could do stuff like... We'll get to these combos in a second, but I'm just showing you. So his meaties will be like, you know, down one just to stuff somebody trying to wake up immediately. Definitely go for down three if you know they're gonna mash on wake up. Down four is a good one. And then back one, two. Or you can do the back one stagger. Forward two, his overhead is too slow, but once you condition the opponent enough to start respecting that that meaty, then you can start going for like the forward twos and, you know, all the other juice. But yeah, Shao Kahn, when you knock down your opponent, I feel like you definitely got to play pretty defensive, because, you know, you don't got a lot of strings to lock people down. If you do space out their wake up pokes properly, then maybe you could do stuff like this. You know, get the punish with the back three. Now, as far as Shao Kahn's combos, just as a base character, no cameos, we'll go over some of his best, like, routes. So mid-screen, like I was talking about earlier, you know, standing two is very juicy. If you catch somebody with a standing two, it's pretty easy to confirm into a combo. So then you can do stuff like this. Now that's an easy stance switch combo to land right back into axe stance. But in my honest opinion, I feel like with Shao Kahn, you want to utilize no axe as much as possible, because in no axe, you get some really crazy stuff. So you get access to standing 224, which is actually +2 on block. A lot of people are gonna immediately not know what the hell is going on and try to mash on that. So if they try to mash on 224, you get a free down one. And then down one on block will lead you into another jailing 224, which is another +2 on block. So you can go crazy with that. Also, he has his back two, which is another +3 mid, and it also launches. If you down one of your opponent with the hit advantage, you can go straight into back two, another +3. He also has back 3-2, which is -6, another safe low overhead. He also has his 1-2, which is -3 as well. And I just feel like he's got a lot of good buttons, a lot of safe buttons. In no axe, his overhead actually ends up becoming safe. It's a -6 launching overhead, which is brutal. Once we start getting into like some of his loops, you'll see the type of damage you can get off of the overhead and off of the low option. So yeah, Shao Kahn, I feel like you want to be, you know, you want to be trying to get that one good hit in to get into no axe and then just get to mixing. So back to his combos. Check this out. You could do off 2-2. You go into down back 3. Get the launcher. And then this is the combo route to go right back into the axe. And then off of that, you know, like I was showing you earlier, you could use his good normals to kind of keep the pressure going. But now that same route into a no axe combo will do the same thing. So that's just pressure concept, you know. Basically what happened there was we did the full combo. We ended it into the knee. Right there. You ended into that. +2. They're going to probably try to poke. You could down one them. Or if they respect the plus frames, you're free to do whatever you want. If they respect the plus frames, you could probably go for the overhead. And off the overhead launcher, this is where the juice starts. Off the overhead launcher, you get some real good damage. You get something like this. Hold on. Let's just put the opponent to not block real quick. Let's put him in the corner. And let's just like do a full sequence, right? So that's kind of like a combo concept of like how you can go from axe into no axe into like, you know, the devastating 50-50 pressure. And, you know, if they try to down one on that, like I was telling you, use one of his meaties, his down 1, down 4, down 3, or the back 1. And if they try to delay wake up, then you could probably catch them with one of those crazy 50-50 pressure strings. And just make sure you try to bait out their armor and keep the flow going. But you can do that same route into a low as well. And it's just devastating damage. So yeah, here's some of his B&B combo routes. You got this one right here. And then in no axe, you can do stuff like this. But in the corners when the no axe combos really get devastating. And then for Shao Kahn's special attacks, you have his low axe slam, which is a low. I feel like this move is good when you have a cameo to back it up. When you have a cameo like Serena or a cameo that really enforces a character to respect something in the neutral, that's when you can start throwing something like this out. And I know Serena gets a lot of hate for how like easy she is to use and all this stuff, but I think Serena is a really good cameo pick for Shao Kahn. I almost forgot to mention another good move he has is his back 2, which is a +3 launching mid. It does have really slow startup, but when you pair him up with a cameo like Serena, you can just toss out her back cameo attack that throws those knives and you know, that gives you a combo. Then you get a full back 2 combos mid-screen. And a back 2 combo is juicy because you get this type of damage. All right, so yeah, his specials. He's got this low hammer slam. He's got down back 3. He's got dark energy, which charges up his axe. You definitely want to try to implement this into your playstyle because this is a damage boost. And definitely utilize cameos to try to get this buff started. And he's got power strike. Power strike, again, when you have a good cameo to set this stuff up, you can put power strike on the ground and you can start really going to town with his power strike slam. And this is the overhead low if it's on top of your opponent. And you know, you can do some crazy setups in the corner as well to blow up armor. As far as Shao Kahn's anti-airs, you definitely want to be going for like down 2s or even his down back 3 meter burn, because I feel like that's his safest options. Most of the time when I'm playing matches and I try to go for standing 1 anti-airs or standing 2 anti-airs, there's a lot of stuff in the game that just beats it out. So yeah, down back 3. Most of the time you can get a full combo off of it. You go for one of the B&B routes that I showed you guys earlier. Or you can just go for down 2. And a majority of the time you can get a standing 2-2 convert off of that into a full combo. I'm telling you, I experimented with a lot of Shao Kahn's options regarding anti-airs, and down 2 and just meter burn down back 3 were the best routes I found. Shao Kahn's weaknesses and strengths. I feel like Shao Kahn's biggest weakness is just like not having a really good projectile to, you know, keep the pressure going when he's full screen. There's a lot of players that like to play keep away, and his down back 4 is just not gonna cut it. Even when you're trying to like set up the axe on the ground and even do this hammer slam, it's just not gonna cut it. So you need a cameo to kind of fill in that gap. A cameo like Motaro, for instance, will allow him to get a teleport. So if you can make that read on the projectile, you probably just teleport and just get a full combo punish. Motaro also makes his unsafe overhead grab that I didn't even talk about yet, because there's no point in using this move unless you have a cameo to like back it up. Or if you know it's guaranteed gonna hit, then you definitely go for it. But if you have somebody like Motaro, you can go for this overhead and get a teleport. If it hits, you get a full combo. If it doesn't hit, you can have a good chance of being safe, rather than being minus 32 off of it. Another cool thing about a cameo like Motaro is you can actually utilize his forward cameo to get a +5 block advantage. So, you know, strings like 222 have gaps in it. So you can go for something like 2-2 forward cameo. You can do stuff like forward 1-2-2 forward cameo and utilize the plus frames from Motaro and just really keep your opponent on their toes. Now, Motaro isn't really going to be a cameo to bring to get combo extensions, but he is a cameo to keep a lot of your strings safe. And you got a decently ranged projectile. I mean, kinda. Your opponent can still play hella keep away with Motaro, but you do have a teleport now. And I feel like the teleport does come in handy to deal with zoners. Now, a cameo like Cyrax kind of switches up Shao Kahn's playstyle completely. If we put the opponent here to auto block and we put him to duck, I'll show you here what kind of pressure you get. So if this pressure isn't true, the Cyrax is just going to go over him because he's ducking. Just a little example here. Make sure he's blocking. You see that? So now the type of pressure you could do with this type of stuff is just to go. And then, like I was saying before, whenever you drop his axe, most of the time your opponent can armor through, but now you can actually cover that gap. With the Cyrax, and then, you know, now you actually have setups to actually drop down the axe completely safe without having to fear of your opponent armoring through. Another cool synergy with Cyrax is, you know, say you're playing neutral and you so happen to just get a lucky net, you get a full back 2 combo. Actually, hold on, let me take that back. You can get a net, you can charge up the axe, and then get a full back 2 combo off of it for some devastating damage. But again, Cyrax's net toss does have a long startup, so you really gotta, I'm not saying you gotta get lucky with it, but you really gotta get that good shot to, you know, really make it count. I've been having a lot of fun with the Cyrax Shao Kahn synergy. I really haven't been experimenting with like combo routes with Shao Kahn and Cyrax. I more so just been using Cyrax to you know, cover a lot of the gaps he has when it comes to setting up the axe and then getting into the no axe mix and all that stuff. But I'll show you the cameos that I've really been having a fun time playing Shao Kahn with. All right, again, I know the Serena cameo gets a lot of flack, but let me just show you guys the type of stuff that you could do with Serena and Shao Kahn. I feel like this synergy it's so juicy because a lot of the time people are afraid of Serena, you know, coming through and smacking you with the blades that gives you a full combo. And now when you start to just throw this out in neutral randomly, your opponent's gonna start respecting when you start throwing this bad boy out. And even on hit, I think it gives you enough time to set up one of these things. It's not gonna combo, but you know, you're just putting that pressure with this hammer slam. And I feel like it gives it really good use. Also, with the Serena cameo, if you do have her out, she does give you an opportunity to kind of set the axe down, and then you could just kind of, you know, enforce more zoning and all this stuff. I feel like Serena definitely helps him against keep away characters. It gives him an ability to kind of do the same thing, and then also still get that same damage output that we were showcasing earlier. And now with even more, because if the Serena hits, you're getting a full back two combo mid-screen into no axe set play. Well, I dropped the combo there, but you get the point. And not only, but you can confirm the Serena off a 2-2 to get that full combo into no axe. Look at his life bar. That's a devastating sequence right there. Look at his life bar. And Serena also gives you some she gives you some cool stuff as well. Like, you know, usually if you go for forward 1-2-2, your instinct is going to be to drop down the axe to keep it safe. But you also have forward cameo now. Let's just put the opponent in the block real quick. You can use the forward Serena to make yourself -2 off of basically any string. The opponent can down one, but it's a lot better than eating a full combo punish off of forward 1-2-2. And then in the corner here, if we just put him to not block real fast, you can also get a combo route off of this. I think Serena's very juicy for Shao Kahn. Another cameo that's devastating with General Shao is Goro. You can definitely get some crazy combos with this character off of his basic strings. But not only that, I feel like Goro's most important use is utilizing all of the plus frames you get access to. So now standing 1-2 into the Goro turns into a +11 block string. You can do forward 1-2-2 into Goro as well. For another +9 block string. You can basically do any one of Shao Kahn's strings into Goro to make it plus. Oh my god, +28? +28? Yeah, Shao Kahn and Goro is very devastating when it comes to the plus frames department. I haven't really been experimenting too much with Shao Kahn and Goro, but I just know if you go to the lab with this, with Shao Kahn and Goro, just use the basics I was showing you and just implement Goro into the game plan. You know, utilize the plus frames into the pressure, especially with no axe. I'm sure you can get some ridiculous plus frames in the no axe stance. Do a plus string into plus Goro, +18 off of that, and then, you know, off of no axe with +18 on Goro, you can literally do whatever you want. Overhead, you could do another +3 back 2. You could you can go for the back 3. You should just go to town with Goro and Shao Kahn. But again, I do feel like Goro and Shao Kahn are going to struggle in the keep away department. You know, heavy zoners are definitely going to be able to keep control of the match, because all you have with Goro is just, I think you could call him far. Yeah, you can call him far, get plus frames off of that, but, you know, I don't think it's going to really help too much if your opponent is just spamming you all day. And then you have Goro on a cooldown with only 2 charges. I mean, we'll have to see how people deal with keep away with Shao Kahn, Goro, and all that stuff. But like I was saying before, so far I've been having the most fun with Shao Kahn and Cyrax. I'm sorry I keep saying Shao Kahn. It's just, it's literally wired into my brain. General Shao. I've been having the most fun with General Shao and Cyrax, and General Shao and Serena. You know, General Shao and Cyrax, you're able to get all that pressure that can lead into safe axe setups and all that juiciness. And then General Shao and Serena, it's able to work as a really good projectile, because in a sense, Serena's like probably the best projectile you can have, right? So having Shao Kahn's base kit with all that sauce he's got with a really good projectile, I feel like it synergizes very well. And also gives you hit confirms into back two combos mid-screen and all that juice. But that's about it with the Shao Kahn guide. Do me a big favor, slap a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you guys have been enjoying all the Mortal Kombat 1 content. You know, I know a lot of people have been asking where the tournaments are at, and the tournaments are going to be coming very soon. We're working on a lot of stuff behind the scenes, so just be on the lookout for that. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Hey, just coming back to let you guys know, if you enjoyed this video, do me a big favor, slap that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Also, we live stream on Twitch just about every day, so come and say hi.